Welcome back, everybody. Sive Morten is here with the ForexPeaceArmy.com. Let's take a look again on the euro currency. So based on recent performance, you probably understand why we usually stand aside from the trading market when the big data releases, such as the CPI, gross domestic product, payrolls, or something like this. Because, well, you could be actually right in general, so you could recognize the proper movement on the market, you could make the correct suggestion, but the tricks of the market makers around the important points where you suggest position taking or where you place your stop, usually this is very important points. The tricks around them make it really difficult and really turns this to real challenge to take the position, because market makers precisely see where you place your stops and where majority of the trader place the stop. They would like to wash it out because they earn money on this. So, and that's actually an unpleasant moment on the trading of the big releases. For us, is more important is to just get the picture in a quiet situation, make the reasonable decision, and in an overall quiet atmosphere to take the position. So, for example, what we have today, just compare what we have today with the things that we had yesterday. Today we have absolutely clear bullish candle here with the signs of the bullish reversal. So market creates the new lows and close above the top of the previous session, and we have the bullish grabber. Bullish grabber suggests taking out of this top. This absolutely perfect corresponds to the idea of the free drive pattern that we discussed in the beginning of the week on the dollar index, on euro currency. Perfectly fits the overall bullish context that we have here. This is much better than the things that we had before. It's trying to catch the proper point in all choppy action for position taking. So it means that currently our task is relatively simple. We need to wait just for some pullback for position taking, or you could just start accumulating the position with taking it in parts, a small part here with a minor retracement a bit more. It will be 50%, 60% retracement a bit more, and so on. So because market here is aiming on the upper continuation. On the 4 time frame chart, let's take a look what we have. Here's also can't say that market hasn't completed downside ABCD. Yes, maybe it slightly hasn't reached the predefined OP around the 1635 area, but this is still, you could recognize the ABCD pattern with the reaching of the 1660, almost touching the confidence support that we have here. If you take a look at the Great British Pound here, for example, the shape of the ABCD looks much better. So here we have perfect ABCD pattern, clear guard is equal to. That's the reason why we every time compare the euro currency and Great British Pound stops in moments when we intend to trade it in the same directions when they're related to the United States dollar performance, such as a data release or something. So always look for both currencies and choose what looks better. So obviously on the Great British Pound the picture was looking better yesterday. But anyway, currently, so probably this performance on euro currency, this early reversal, we could treat as a bullish sign because market hasn't quite reached the border of the channel, which is usually classic bullish sign of when the market stands inside of some range. And currently on the hourly chart, what we could say, let's take a look. That's the picture that we discussed yesterday. We said that might be based on the CPI performance this way of action, and actually this has happened. So currently market stands in resistance, showing minor retracement. So here's, you could see it's moving higher. That's why these levels probably already, or at least currently, based on current situation, this might be not as important. But the idea remains the same. So we will have this bullish upward action, watch for some pullbacks, and look for chances to take the long position here with the upward continuation. Because currently, if you take a look on the dollar index, recall our free drive. This is weekly pattern. It looks better on the weekly chart. I showed it in the beginning of the week, and actually earlier we discussed this pattern. So let's take a look. Big ABCD with a 3 drive, and the 3rd drive is yet to be completed somewhere around 95. So rather significant range still until the target. So the same we could say about the euro currency. And if you take a look at the dollar index, you also here could get, and you could see that grabber has been formed. The same grabber as we have on euro currency right there, and also reversal session. So that was what we have finally, just in the end of the report. Here is market makers tricks. Why this happens every time? in general, we were right on this position, on this possible performance. We were considering two different actions: A, B, C down, where we said that use the stop sell order if you would like to trade it, or trying to buy if you would like to bet on a weaker CPI numbers. What actually is going on around these points? How market makers make money? Why is every time when you expect some big events, there's so much volatility, spikes, fake breakouts or something? What they're doing, they are selling here, pressing market, make it to drop below the lows, to touch the orders, stop buying orders. That stands right here by those who intend to take the long position. Once the orders has been touched, they start closing their shorts with the buying orders. That stands right here. So they close their shorts upon the buying orders. So they actually do not trade all the stuff that you see, these big events and big movements, big swings. All they need to do is just to close the shorts that they have opened to press market below the lows, and use your orders or whatever everybody orders to close their shorts. They do money in these points only here. Then just they sit and wait for another opportunity when the market will appear around big points. That explains why every time when the market stands at the edge of some big report or something, market starts playing their tricks. And that's the reason why usually we're trying to not be involved in this such of trading, except only if we will see really great trading stops. So that's actually some minor educational part of this report. So situation looks really nice. Overall context stands clear. Whether we will take position today on Friday or maybe postpone it on Monday, it doesn't matter too much. So in general, we know the direction, and currently we just need to see and take position with this direction. So that's actually currently our view on the euro currency. I'll see you next week.